really haven't.
Corey, we're here at NBA 2K23 Summer League. How's your Summer League been thus far?
It's dope so far. I just landed, kind of came straight into this, played a game of 2K, and just kind of mingling around and checking out the scene. And it's like good vibes in here, so I'm happy. Yeah.
You are getting a taste of NBA 2K23 for the first time. What do you think of the gameplay?
Super dope. Like the last one, I was a little it was a little hard for me on free throws, but this one, it seems like they made it a little bit easier for your boy. So I don't know, I'm super hyped. They said it was like an early version of the game, so super excited to see where it goes, but so far so good.
Anything else you want to talk about 2K related?
I'm super excited for the new game. I love the covers. I love that like D-Book has his shoe like kind of like the focal point in it, and it says "Be Legendary." And I think he's a legend, just signed like a crazy extension. I love like the women's cover, love the Michael Jordan cover. You might see some circulate in the new game. Super excited for that. And yeah, like shout out to the whole 2K family, and thank you for always having me be a part.
What's up, guys? We're here with Danielle, and we are talking NBA 2K23. You recently got into the game since NBA 2K17. What are you excited about for this year's game?
Well, for the first time, I got my face scan.
Yeah.
So I guess getting to play as me and my player, because I usually only play my player. So I guess that, but then also, since I'm from Chicago, I am a Bulls fan. So the legendary version, I think, the cover was MJ, so I'm pretty excited about that too.
What's your my player?
I actually made a center because my friend told me that it was like the easiest to kind of do.
So you go the easy route?
Yeah. I'm new to basketball, so you know, I'm just trying to do the easy stuff first.
Well, it looks like you had a great time out there at Summer League.
We had a blast, but it's time to get back to the studio because we've got a game to finish.
Ooh, 2K23 right around the corner. While you were out there in Vegas, I was catching up with some of the dev team to share some insights on NBA 2K23. I can't wait to share it with all of you.
Until then, make sure you're following us on social media. We're at NBA 2K_2KTV.
We'll see you soon, and enjoy the game.
Bye.
There it is, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, where we're getting set to bring you all of today's action. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thank you very much. We all know Anthony Edwards went first overall in 2020. And his teammate Karl Anthony Towns said, I know what all those pressures are like. When you're the #1 pick, if any other rookies do well, there's a threat to the throne. But with Edwards' confidence in his talent, you get the sense he'll be just fine. Guys?
Good point. No pressure, DA. Thank you. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Anthony Edwards out there with the beast. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4 spot. And for Los Angeles, the stars of the team, Leonard and George, are the forwards. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Johnson, and it's Rush in at the guard position. And with a grueling season ahead, Steve, we're already seeing load management for a number of players.
Kevin, player health is #1 on everyone's mind. Load management, some people agree, some people don't. But minimizing injuries has become a focal point for this league.
Now here's Johnson. George finds Leonard. No good on the triple. At the elbow, Edwards. It doesn't go for him. Big T that time from Leonard. Left side, George. Vanderbilt with the block. Edwards with it. George picks him up. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
George looking over the floor. Driving to the basket. Towns with the defensive effort.
0 for 3 now in the early going. Just a little bit out of sync.
And Towns throws it down.
And that's what we call playing with force. And Towns going up for the dunk, daring the defense to contest.
Here's Rush. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And the rejection by Towns. Edwards passes to Towns. Rebound by the Clippers. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
The Beast, the jump shot from the baseline is right on target. The Beast's got his second basket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Here's Rush, outside for George. Knocks down the 3-ball.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
And we all know what George brings offensively. But it's his ability as a defender that stands out. Great instincts to make plays on that end of the floor.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. Passes it to Rush. Lets it go from deep. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Timberwolves leading by 3. And with Paul George in his defense, Greg, you almost forget how great of an impact it makes.
He just kind of flies under the radar with his defensive play. I mean, this guy could be considered for the Defensive Player of the Year almost every year. One of the more disruptive forces on that end of the floor.
Here's Zubac after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns. Here's the pass to Rush. From deep. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Timberwolves have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. The Beast passes to Edwards. Here's the Beast, coming off a solid outing against Portland. Rush grabs the miss. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And they're unable to get the time basket there. Over in the corner, Edwards. Buries the long-range jumper.
Edwards. And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense.
Now here's Leonard. No points in the game yet for him. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's the Beast. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4. And so here are the Clippers. To the paint. Here's Rush. The shot's good on the assist by George.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
Here's the Beast. Here's Towns. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
Assisted by pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
You know what it is? It's his creativity. That's making this engine run.
Here's Rush. Doesn't go that time. Nice D from the Beast.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
A stellar defender. Leonard's impeccable timing on this end allows him to reject shots.
Now Rush. Down low. Here's George. Johnson up top. Edwards defending. 6 to shoot. Pass to Leonard. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. George trying to break free. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
We're seeing some fireworks from them already.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Here's Rush, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, these guys need to work together as a team, as a unit. Try and carve out some easy buckets.
Your Clippers pick. All right, look who's coming onto the court. Come on, get loud for your Clippers Spirit.
Substitutions. Pass to man.
Two minutes remaining in the first.
1:58 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Kicks to Rush. He tries for 3. Reed with the rebound.
You know what, though? They keep calling his number despite the difficult quarter he's had.
McDaniels dishes to Russell. Unloads from 13. Second shot opportunity. Reed misses.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Here's man. Here's Fall. Edwards defending. Fall can't hit. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 10-point lead. To the middle. Here's Russell. Banked in off the glass.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's man. 12 points his last outing. He dishes it to Rush. Shoots over Reed. Reed with the block.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Rush. Passes to Fall. Here's man. He kicks to Rush. To stop the drought. Reed with the block.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
Runs in the pass to McDaniels. Puts up a 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. It's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. McDaniels is out there with Victor Oladipo. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Russell. And it's Reed in at the center position. Clippers trail by 14. Takes it inside. Man gets the bucket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
And here's Oladipo. Back to Russell. The train. No good on that one. As the Clippers taking it the other way. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. But they're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a three for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you. And here is Los Angeles now. Victor Oladipo unable to get his last shot to go. Fires at the elbow. Rush's shot is off.
The struggle is real. He's been way off with his shot all evening long.
And the length that Batum provides on the wing, Smitty, great for both sides of the ball.
It makes switching on picks so much easier, GA. Nicholas Batum has been a solid defender his whole career, in large part due to that unbelievable wingspan.
And it's the Clippers with the ball, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Rush the faster man. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Both teams deciding to change it up.
First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
For Los Angeles. Minnesota also making some changes. Vanderbilt comes in for Naz Reid. And it's the beast in for Oladipo. And that one's good.
And you see Big Cat that has the size and coordination. Hard to bump him out of his rhythm.
Towns against Leonard. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And with the success they've had rebounding basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they maintain their focus.
And Greg, you look at the power that Kawhi Leonard plays with. Incredibly strong for his position.
And Kevin, it helps him finish through contact on offense. Also, lets him guard bigger men. Kawhi makes great use of that strength on the wing.
Seems like every year Kawhi Leonard averages around 6 or 7 free throws a game, about the same as KD and LeBron.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. And we all know that star players get a few more perks, but Greg, that can also stir up misgivings in a locker room when things aren't always equal.
Kevin, it's a great point, and coaches really have to be careful. If you're holding one player accountable and giving another a pass, that tends to lead to a fractured locker room.
Here's George after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. George double team. Here's Johnson. And again, no good by the Clippers. Timberwolves leading by 18. The Beast passes to Vanderbilt. Now the Clippers moving it up. Johnson's got the ball. Shoots over Schroeder. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his first trip to the line
From
tonight.
LA, Keon Johnson at the line for 2.
And the first one drops. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Vanderbilt the pass to Towns. Shoots over Zubac. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you gotta like Towns being assertive there. When he plays like this, it really makes the defenders uncomfortable.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line for 2.
And Towns drops them both. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers, trailing by 19. Inside. Low block shot. And it falls.
Unselfish, moving the ball. Love to see this kind of offense.
Timberwolves lead by 17. Here's the Beast. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. 10 points for the Beast.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And the pass to Zubats. Kicks it out to Johnson. Off target with his 3.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Edwards can't hit. The Clippers have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. The 3 from George. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Pass to the Beast. Here's Vanderbilt. He's covered by Leonard. Yep, it counts. Vanderbilt's got his first points of the night.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Edwards defending. They get a hand on it. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Edwards leading the charge. That one fires a mark on target from the Beast. The Beast's got 12 points in the game.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in the last matchup against the Trailblazers was all business. He finished with 49 points, and his percentage was impressive, making a number of his free throws and field goal attempts. He put up numbers that really jumped out in the box score. A very solid performance. Kevin will see what he's got in his arsenal tonight.
Okay, David, thanks. It'll be interesting to see, Greg, how much of that performance carries over to tonight.
And, Kevin, different scenarios call for different measures. I'm sure he'll just try to provide whatever they need for the win.
Well, that's what it means to be unselfish, putting the team's interests first. As you say, he just wants to come away with the W.
Count it good.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Pass to Zubats. Back to George. Leonard looking over the floor. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. They get it again.
And the way they have controlled the glass this game, really impressive.
You know, you look at how they built this lead. It's been through extra possessions.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And nice intensity from Towns in the paint. Doesn't back off and takes that shot while being fouled.
The Timberwolves shoot their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Towns. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Towns.
And we've seen Towns take on more of a leadership role over the years, wanting to be the guy for this team.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Edwards, he's checked in for Vanderbilt. McDaniels comes in for Edwards. Russell, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. And it's Jalen Brunson in for the Beast. And the Clippers call time here.
Yeah, just looking to tighten up their defense in the paint. They've got to be better.
It's a matter of want to. Helping out, contesting shots. You have to want to make the effort.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Fall. To end the run. And the layup is good.
He was able to simply lay it in over the top of the smaller man.
And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Just an all-around stellar team effort. Everybody on the floor was communicating exceptionally well.
Now, here is Russell. 2 on the clock. Over Rush. Another miss by Minnesota.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense, he might have gotten over-eager.
Now the pass to Leonard. Shoots over McDaniel. Wow! Huge buzzer beater.
I did not think he was going to get that off in time.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the shot clock, ending the quarter the right way.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. What can you say? The Beast, an impressive effort here today.
Man, he's been running wild on through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
George and Zubats inside at the 4 and the 5. Then it's Johnson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Rush in at the 1. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. Leonard kicks to Rush. Back to Leonard. Over Edwards. And he overshot that one, missing.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Here's the Beast. Outside Edwards. Now the dish to Towns. Fires it up. Outside Edwards. Here's the Beast. Powered down after the assist.
That's his third personal foul.
To get some true hang time.
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff.
Shooting for Minnesota.
Shooting their 5th free throw of the game.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Find the lanes. Find the lanes. One shot.
That free throw good from the Beast. Here's the Clippers. Now Rush. And that'll be
Minnesota
2 free throws coming up.
foul.
Officials on the call
Number
with the foul.
18. That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
It's his first
That's a line for your Clippers. Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. And Minnesota has possession. Here's the Beast. He's got 15. In it goes
Number
for the
18.
8th time in 10 tries.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
To the inside. And the layup's good
Number
off the
18,
glass. The
assisted
Beast's
by-
got 7 points for the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Now Rush. That one falls.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Here's the Beast after the Clippers pick up 2. Edwards passes to the Beast. Feeds it to Towns. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. A shot's
Number
good from the
18.
Beast.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Leonard. Rebound Minnesota. Vanderbilt's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. And let's catch up with our
Carl Anthony
sideline
Towns.
reporter, David Aldridge.
The assist.
Thank you, Kevin.
Number 18.
Kawhi Leonard keeps it simple. He says, I'm trying to be the best player I can be. I'm happy with what I've done in my career, and I'm just going to keep on from there. It's not about being famous. It's about playing basketball and having fun on the floor. Well, he is famous, Kevin, and he remains focused on the court.
Agreed, David. It has served him well. Thank you. 3 on the clock.
It's a shot we don't see a lot anymore. But Kawhi is an old school player, still using that mid-range jumper.
Here's the Beast. He's got 21. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Zubats. Towns, no luck. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George finds Rush. Off target from 3-point range. The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field.
Carl Anthony
And
Towns.
defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Rush. He has 6. And the rejection by Towns.
And when it's his focus, Towns is a very good shot blocker, both on ball
Foul.
and as a help defender.
That's his
Even
first
from
personal
over here,
foul.
you can see
Second team
that
foul.
one pretty clearly.
For Minnesota, they
At the
have
line
yet
for the
missed a free throw.
Timberwolves,
5 for 5.
number 18.
And he knocks down the first
Shooting
one. And last
2.
season, All-Stars, Greg, missing 19% of their available games. With the shortened off seasons, are you concerned about the toll it takes?
You are, but this offseason maybe not as painfully short as the last one. And in these tough times, some sacrifices are made, no doubt. Health, perhaps, one of the biggest.
Now, here's Cousins. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Rush's shot is off.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Into the lane. The shot's
Number
good from the
18.
Beast.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
For Los Angeles, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Rush. Another shot. And the layup good by Cousins. Cousins has got his first basket.
DeMarcus is an enforcer on the offensive end. He has all the tools to dominate night in and night out.
Here's the Beast. 25 points in the game. Right side Towns. Outside Edwards. Plenty of space. That one a tad
Anthony
offline to the
Edwards.
right, but drops in for him. Edwards got 9 points.
And the touch on Edwards' shot is really nice. Gives it just enough power to drop in.
Here's the Beast. Driving the lane.
Number
And
18.
down it goes. Jamming that one home.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was short, but the slam topped it off.
turning defense into offense. Every coach talks about it. Perfect example right there.
And here are the Clippers now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Johnson kicks to Rush. No good on the three.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Going inside.
Number 18.
And in every halftime, they play precision basketball offensively.
You know, the coach has had something to say about that. No question, they've settled in and executed brilliantly.
Pass to George. This one for three. The three-pointer is right on target. He's got 6.
A reliable jump shooter. Paul George's accuracy only goes up when he catches in rhythm.
2 minutes remaining in the third
trying to get open.
2 minutes.
He has taken it upon himself to score the ball as much as possible for his team. He's not looking to pass it right now.
Johnson surveying the floor. Passes it to George. Johnson outside. And Oladipo pulls it down.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Johnson outside. 1:21 left in the third quarter of the game. George against Towns. George passes to Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
Owning that area around the rim, something DeMarcus has done as far back as we can remember.
The pass to Towns. Out left to the wing. The base passes to Towns. It's
Karl
good.
Anthony Towns.
Towns has got 6 in the
Assist
quarter.
from
Another
number
good
18.
play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
Here's George after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
And it also shows you how difficult this game is. He's just a little bit off, but it can result in missing everything.
From deep, Johnson. Victor Oladipo grabs the miss. Oladipo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Hits it from
Number
3-point
18.
range.
3-pointer.
34 points for the Beast.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now, here is George. He's got 6. Over Edwards. George, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Timberwolves on top, opening up a huge gap. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Clippers shooting 23% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the court for Minnesota. Guys, Reed out there with McDaniels. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Russell in at the shooting guard position. Pass to Oladipo. Back to Russell. Teardrop shot. It's deflected, and he's able to get it back. Russell's gone 2 for 7, struggling a bit. Pass to Coffee. And Greg, you were a hard-nosed defender. would you be frustrated by what they're calling a foul today?
You know, I would based on how I play, but if you grew up in this era, this is just the way the game is, and you have to adapt and adjust, and that's what you're seeing with the players. Guys can defend it every bit as good as they ever have. In fact, I would argue they're better defensively today because they're not allowed to grab and hold. So the league is focused on offense. The fans seem to love it, but at the end of the day, you still got to get after it defensively.
Here's Preston. Tries again, and rejection by McDaniel. Minnesota shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Russell, no good. The Clippers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Here's Preston. Poked away. It's stolen by Oladipo. To the paint. And finished off by McDaniel.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Here's Fall. Guarded by Reed. Here's Batum. The shot will not fall. So Minnesota will take it the other way. Russell looking around. Takes a 3. Fall with the rebound.
So frustrating when you can't get anything to go down as you're trying to help your team finish the job.
Preston passes to Batum. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Outside Russell. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
His first personal foul.
That's pro.
First team
Russell
foul.
gets his man a little out of position
At the line for the Timberwolves,
and draws the foul.
D'Angelo Russell.
And a closer look here
at the
at the
line for
scoring
2.
breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Anytime you get as many points from the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And Greg, you faced some exceptional point guards during your time in the league, but who was the toughest matchup for you when you played?
Oh, man, you know, John Stockton was always one of the most difficult, but in a weird way, not because I worried about him scoring on me. It was because I had to defend his ability to make people better, and that was always a challenge. Don't forget about the great Penny Hardaway. I mean, at 6'8", that was a nightmare to deal with. And my personal all-time favorite, Isaiah Thomas, who was as good as anybody's ever been at that lead guard position.
The Timberwolves have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Shot up 2 there. And that's 36 points for the Beast.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Passes it to Coffee. Here's Mann. The pass to Coffee. Just 4 to shoot. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Misses the 3.
And at a certain point, you just have to look to someone else to score for you.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
That's his first personal
from
foul.
the line since
Second team
halftime.
foul. Shooting for Minnesota, number 18.
That's good from the
2
Beast.
shots.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Vanderbilt's checked in. The Clippers have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Batum passes to Preston. Not loose. Here's the Beast. Throws it up high.
Jared
Chemistry at its
Assisted
best.
by
An unreal
number
value.
18.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Here's Preston. Looking to end the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his first personal foul.
And for the teams who are rebuilding,
First team
Smitty,
foul.
it seems stacking draft picks is
At the
often the
line
best
for your
approach.
Clippers,
Pick swaps,
Marcus
protections.
Morris
It
Sr.
can make your head spin.
2 shots.
It can, Kevin. I think for the younger guys, it comes down to a couple things. player development and the culture you breed. That's usually the difference between success and failure.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markeith, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Noel, he's checked in for Dennis Schroeder. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Driving inside.
Number
He goes
18.
up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
LA has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And
Number
that's a foul
18.
called on the Beast.
That's his third
That's his
personal
third foul of the game.
Second team
And
foul.
really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Cousins with the bounce pass. From downtown.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
The hook. And that one comes up a bit short. The Clippers shooting around 24%. Not a good showing here. With the floater. Releases. Preston gets the bucket.
Jason Preston.
Preston's got his first bucket in this one.
I can't believe that went in, and I don't think he can either.
Here's the Beast. And the rejection by Cousins.
He is so reliable. DeMarcus making a play and making a move.
DeMarcus Cousins.
And that's just showing off. DeMarcus with the creativity plus the thunderous force.
How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And guys, that block could really help change the momentum of this game.
Here's the Beast. All right, Greg, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think right now has the best backcourt in the NBA?
Oh,
That's his first personal foul.
I mean, so many
Third team foul.
terrific backcourts to
At the
choose
line for the
from.
Timberwolves.
You know, Phoenix
Number
has got to be in
18.
that conversation
At the
with
line
Chris
for
Paul
two.
and Devin Booker. But I'll tell you what, with the Splash Brothers healthy and back at it, it's just hard to beat that combination.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from the Beast. For Los Angeles, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Coffee passes to Preston. Here's Man. Guarded by Reed. Clock at 6.
2 minutes
Here's Preston.
remaining in the game. 2
That
minutes.
shot off. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. And the Timberwolves call time.
Minnesota calls
They
timeout.
lead by 41. 1:52 left to play here in the fourth. Present our New Balance Player of the Game, the Beast.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. The dynamic, Greg, between players and officials is always interesting. With some players saying they think there's a lot of room for improvement. What do you think?
Well, we do see players getting teed up for simply making their case, and really the guys just want to play. So, yeah, you love to see a little bit more harmony out on the floor, and maybe we need to get those two groups together in the offseason to break bread and try to smooth over that relationship.
Preston can't hit.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
And you know what? He knows it. You have to try to play within the system or you're going to come away with empty possessions.
Kept alive. Pass to Noel. Kicks to McDaniels. Here's the Beast. Offline with his three.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series. And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for the Beast.
Throughout the night, he was their catalyst at the offensive end. Play after play was run through him with great success.
Third team foul. At the line for your Clippers, Jason Preston. At the line for 2.
That free throw missing. And he sinks the second. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Here's the Beast. From the arc. That one doesn't go. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.